Okay, guys. Postecoglou has been sacked as Nottingham Forest boss after just 39 days in charge. I'm going to show you why. Okay, all revolved around the Bible. Postecoglou sacked as Forest boss. Angelos, Postecoglou, is a football manager and former player who was most recently the head coach of Premier League club Nottingham Forest. Born in Greece, Postecoglou grew up in Melbourne from the age of 5. Nottingham Forest Football Club can confirm that after a series of disappointing results and performances, Postecoglou has been relieved of his duties as head coach with immediate effect. Now, Ange rarely struggled in the Premier League. He struggled with Spurs and he struggled with Forest. But he did lead Spurs to the Europa League last season, where they beat the Red Devils after a 42nd minute winner by Johnson. You know, the beast reigns for 42 months, and John wrote the book of Revelation. Now, Angelos was born on 8/27, which is the 144th prime number. The number 144,000 in the Bible appears in the book of Revelation and is understood in two main ways: as a literal group of 12,000 from each of the 12 tribes of Israel who will be sealed for protection during the Great Tribulation, or as a symbolic number representing the complete number of all believers who will be protected by God. Both interpretations see the number as a group who are marked as God's servants and are redeemed. Now, Ange was sacked on 10:18. Luke 10:18. And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. Luke 10:18 signifies Jesus' divine authority over evil and his pre-existence, where he states, I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. This verse is a response to his disciples' joy over casting out demons, reminding them that Satan's defeat is already a reality and his power is already broken through Christ. The imagery of lightning denotes a swift, powerful, and definitive judgment of Satan, stemming from his original rebellion and pride. Postecoglou has been sacked as Nottingham Forest boss after just 39 days in charge. War equals 39. We know that Lucifer lost the war in heaven and was cast out. World War II began in 39. There's 39 books in the Old Testament. Now, Angelos, who replaced Espiritu Santo as the coach, which translates to Holy Spirit, gets fired with Forest 1-2-5 in the league. 1 win, 2 draws, 5 losses. 1-2-5. Revelation 12:5, like 1-2-5. And she brought forth a man-child who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron, and her child was caught up unto God and to his throne. Revelation 12:5 is a symbolic verse that describes the birth of a male child to a woman who is taken up to God's throne. The woman symbolizes Israel, or the faithful church. And the male child is widely interpreted as Jesus Christ, who will rule the nations with a rod of iron. The verse also connects to other biblical prophecies about the Messiah and the coming kingdom, as well as to a future event where the male child is caught up to God's throne, which is often interpreted as a reference to the ascension of Jesus. Now, Nottingham Forest strikers are Jesus and Christopher Wood. So you have the Jesus and the Christ, and you even have the Wood, because Jesus Christ was crucified on a cross made out of wood. And Ange got fired 1 month and 21 days after his birthday. Antichrist equals 121, as does Revelation. And this is another deep revelation of a code, guys. It's deeply profound. Okay? These sports codes reveal so much, and it's just a shame that most people cannot comprehend them. It's a real shame. But I am very grateful that I can. And he got sacked after losing to Chelsea, and the beast rises out of the sea. And obviously Chelsea's logo is a lion, Jesus Christ, the Lion of Judah. There's the confirmation of the 125. And he leaves Forest on 5 points. And the 5th seal is the persecution of the saints. And remember, he replaced Espiritu Santo, which means Holy Spirit. And look at that. He leaves with Forest in 18th position. 6 plus 6 plus 6. And look who's below them. West Ham. Okay. Why do I mention West Ham? Well, it talks about a rod of iron here. And West Ham's nickname is the Irons. And look who's above Forest. Burnley. And you're going to see a lot of Forest burn, which is going to lead to even more famine. But obviously, those who got the lake of fire will burn and perish. They'll be surrounded by fire and brimstone. And look who Forest's next game's against, guys. Porto, where Diego Jota was born, who connects to the end times. And look here, Forest, 1 win, 2 draws, like 12 tribes of Israel. And they got beat 3-0 today, and remember Judas betrayed Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. Opening goal in this game was after 49 minutes. In Gematria, Revelation equals 49, as does Antichrist. Interesting that James scored the last goal of the game. James was the brother of Jesus. So, absolutely crazy. Look here. Jesus and Wood. They both came on. Jesus and Wood. Number 19 and number 11. And I will leave you with this. Revelation 19:11. Revelation 19:11, like Jesus' number and Christopher Wood's number, signifies Jesus Christ's second coming, depicting him as a victorious warrior king on a white horse, coming to earth to judge evil. He is described as faithful and true, and his actions are marked by righteousness and justice as he wages war to defeat his enemies. Wages war. The verse represents a future event for believers and a final warning for those who are in rebellion against God. Quite remarkable. Guys, please share this, support this work. It's so deeply profound. Thank you. Much love. God wins.